Hello, dear parents. We are at the penultimate of modules that we have prepared. So, at module 9 of handwriting, we will have the conclusive episode tomorrow, and I'll just brush through everything that we have covered until now. What we will be seeing today is one recognition. How can you teach a recognition of the letters of the alphabet to children? Because only when they recognize, reading improves. Once they know to recognize, we also train them to recall. This is almost like a test that we give in a school, or whatever they have seen, or a story that they have listened to. You try to ask them questions and bring the story out of them. That is recalling. So the more often recalling is done, the more what is taught is stored in memory. So recognition always goes with recall. And then association, like I had told you yesterday, how you associate a picture to a letter of the alphabet, or the letter of the alphabet. For the letter of alphabet, you draw a picture, match the picture to the alphabet, and circle the pictures that start with one particular letter. So, and then try to make words. Like if I say at, then they must be able to make bat, cat, mat. If I say on, on, or if I say in, so they must be able to make words with that, in which everything you can, if they will start with A, B, C, D, like for example, if they take in, then AIN is not there, then B, in, bin, yes. C, D, F, yes, fin. Where do you find the fin? Fins are with a fish. That's how you develop another association as well as a conversation. Vocabulary improves like that. So that is why we teach them words like this in the same rhyming order, and then move over to a little complicated words. Okay, today what we are going to focus on is making simple sentences. I have a set of pictures here, very simple pictures like I told you yesterday. Only to us, we need that fine perfection in drawing, but then kids are very instantly, they can associate what we have drawn with what they use every day, what they see around them, and immediately they'll talk about it. Like if you see this, ask them what it is. So if they say it's a bat and a ball, and what do you do with a bat? You hit the ball. In which game do they use? Cricket. So you're introducing them to a bigger word. What can you do with the ball? You can catch and throw. Okay, now you start talking about a bigger ball. What have you seen? Then they can talk about football, baseball, volleyball, introduce them to different games like that. So the size of the ball will be different. So accordingly, you can even draw and show. You create a conversation there. Then you say, what is this? Insist that children answer in complete sentences. We do this in school, especially when we start teaching them their name, writing the name, or asking them even to tell their name. We tell them to clearly say, my name is whatever. Instead of saying just the name, they have to call it out as a complete sentence. So this is a bat. This is a ball, or they can say this is my ball, or they can call out a friend and say this is a friend's bat, like that. So like here I have a book, a pen and a pencil. Then you can talk about the different pages of a book. Some books come with print, some books come with pictures, and then we use pen and pencil to write on notebooks. You can talk about that. Same way, rabbit. What does a rabbit love? It loves to eat carrots. A rabbit loves to eat carrots. It's a longer sentence. What is in the rabbit? It is a carrot. What is the rabbit holding? It is holding a carrot also. You can talk about long ears of a rabbit, a fluffy tail, how it hops and jumps and goes and all. Same way if you look at these two clowns. They are a clown. So, blur, if words start like blow, flow, fry, try, drain, brain, train, and clown, clutter, or class. These are called cluster words which children can learn after 5 years of age. when they will be able to pronounce them rightly. And that's why I spoke to you yesterday also about syllables. So if I can schedule such type of modules on reading, I can go in detail into that. Okay, coming back to the picture of two clowns. You can talk about what is this clown doing, who has the bigger eyes, and what is this clown doing. He's smiling. This clown, the mouth is wide open, so he is laughing. So who has a longer hat? Who has a better smile? You can talk a lot. Same thing about the sun and the moon. When does the sun come? When does the moon come? Another simple way is, yesterday I showed you a set of flashcards. So if you remember these cards that I told you I had taken up from, it is a reusable one. Now I have actually used the other side of this same card. I'm using the other side of this card, and I have some words here like this. Now once they get familiar with sight words, then you can introduce something like this, and I have ball here. So for better recognition of the kids, we can even, until they learn to read, you can even draw the ball here and then show it to them. And then here I have my, and here I have a book. Again, as I told you, draw the book and they will understand that it is a book. Okay, this is a little. Now what do we do with this is, you just put the cards around and ask the child to pick up and make a sentence. Suppose you say this, and then they pick the next card. You want them to say this is a ball. Show them a ball, and then ask them to pick the cards and arrange it in order like this is a and ball. Okay, so then they understand how to make a sentence. This is a ball. Then same thing, if you like, if they can make another sentence as this is my book. So in this way, it's just an example. You can create your own, many words with pictures and inclusive of sight words. Sight words, letters of the alphabet, the phonics associated, the phonetic sound of alphabet, these are generally repeated almost every day until in schools, until we feel that the children are qualified enough to move over to the next. We will be teaching the next class lessons, but we keep repeating this. Rote learning in kindergarten is the best way to help children retain things in memory. So just one look at how writing sentences will be done. Going back to the flashcards itself, if you make your child write this is a ball. So we start by teaching them to keep one finger space until they understand by seeing what is one finger space. This is a ball. Full stop. Again, here what we teach, sentence starts with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. There is one finger space between every word in a sentence. Later on it may reduce, but then it should be even. So that is the purpose, the space between every word. So you can teach writing simple sentences like this. You can teach them to write, talk about a particular thing, about a cow, about a book, about a tree, and then ask them to come out with sentences. You make a note of the sentences, let the child read the sentence, and then let the child write it again. We will take a look at things like this in tomorrow's session, and we will wind up our modules on handwriting by tomorrow. Thank you, parents.